Okay, what's going on, guys? Welcome to a brand new episode of Energized, brought to you by Forged Irish Stout. Ross,
are you intoxicated or something?
Introduce the guest, man.
Oh, today we brought in the big guns. We brought in the Don. It is Caolan Loughran, the #1 contender for the Cage Warriors Bantamweight title. Caolan, how you doing, my man?
Never better. How you?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Recovering
Feeling
after a long weekend at Cage Warriors Dublin, but what an event that was. Did you watch it?
Oh, of course I watched it. It was unbelievable. Special night for MMA in Ireland. Was absolutely buzzing to see all the lads win, or the lads who did win. Very happy for Reese. Unbelievably happy for Paddy McCrory. That was fucking unbelievable. Like, I was lost me shit watching it. I was happy for them too. But no, just a special night. The walkout, the crowd at the end. It was just deadly for growing the sport in Ireland. Lethal.
Did you get a selfie from one of your friends with me? Did you?
I did. I really fucking did. That's right. I just sent me it. I actually forgot that. That's right.
Yeah, because I said hello to Tiernan, and then this guy just came over to me. He goes, "Oh, I'm best mates with Caolan Loughran." And I was like, "Geez, I'm sure everyone says that." But then he was like, "Will you get a picture with me?" And then he was like, "I got to send it on to him." I was like, "All right, you do you, but whatever you want." Obviously, I'm here there sober as a judge. He's probably like 9 points deep, but it was a free moment.
I gosh, forgot that, man.
Yeah,
Ross, what was your highlight of the night?
There was actually loads of them. Obviously, Reese getting that moment again. You know what I mean? Like, that's where he made his amateur debut or his pro debut, and for him to defend the belt there, you know what I mean? 13 wins, 13 finishes. Like, that guy is an absolutely incredible fighter. Just the actual fight itself, like, he was so clinical in it. Like, he used his range so well. His striking was so on point. You know. Whenever Jimmy tried to put him in danger, like he got back out of there, no bother. It was an absolute masterclass performance by Reese, and I think it has to be the UFC next for him. But sort of touched on it with Graham Boylan in the scrum afterwards. We'll probably put that video out at some stage. But Adam Darby's triangle I thought was beautiful, and then Paddy McCurry's double flying knee was excellent as well. So like those two for me were like your knockout of the night and submission of the night. I thought both were unbelievable, and like both guys needed it after previous performances as well.
Alexander too was good to get it because he's been on the scene for a long time. So good to see him getting like a big show and get a win too. It's good.
Yeah, no, it was great to see multiple gyms taking part. Like obviously CMAC getting involved. FAI had a massive turnout. TNKF also did brilliantly as well. Their fans went absolutely like ballistic. Team Rhino as well. Like Declan McLean coming back with a win as well, and like it was just the atmosphere was just it was magic, and I don't think anyone left unhappy, especially the fans and Graham Boylan.
Yeah, and like the fact that they're coming back in November is going to be absolutely epic. Caolan, was there any disappointment that you were put on the Rome card instead of the Dublin card?
Maybe initially I thought when it was I thought maybe do a couple of title fights, but I'm flying to Rome this weekend. 23 degree heat, taking 80 odd people now. It looks like to Rome, the fight for a Cage Warriors world title. I'm not going to put negative twist on that. Lad, life's fucking good. I don't care, and I'm at the stage now. I should be main eventing Cage Warriors shows. Fuck being co-main. So being the main event feels right to me now, lad. Rome or Dublin was special. Fair play to all the lads, but fuck it, I want to be main event, win the world title. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely. You probably almost wish there was a bigger gap in between them. Hey, you could have come to Dublin and then gone to Rome.
Yeah.
But
this fight is very interesting now, Caolan, because like you were meant to fight Martigoni, and then he vacated the belt. Before we get into the fight this weekend, like what did you make of that?
Do you want me honest answer, or do you want me to talk shit?
Talk shite, man. Talk shite. We're not here to take part, man.
Truthfully, me and Martin Ewing are not the same size men. I think for him to progress his career, going to flyweight is the correct decision. That's what I think.
I honestly actually agree.
Afraid of me and stuff. Honestly, well, is he afraid of me? I know I messaged him a lot of times. I tried to ring him one night when I was drunk on FaceTime, or tried to video call him. Never got a reply out of him, but I think it's probably the correct decision, if I'm being honest. If he wants to further his career, I think he is a flyweight naturally. I'd probably have 6 kilo on him, so it's probably the right decision. Do I think he will go far as a flyweight? No, I think Lanier Kavanagh will beat the face of him, but that's true.
You know what? I'd probably double down on those sentiments. Like, I like Martigoni. Like, the way he beat Wood that time was unbelievable. And, like,
Wooden shite, though. Wooden is shite
not.
MMA fighter. Wooden has, like, 7 MMA losses. He's a shite MMA fighter.
Well,
being honest.
Well, I thought Wooden in his Cage Warriors run was doing really, really well. And I thought Martigoni, like, really showed quite a lot of dog in him in that fight.
Yeah,
and
he was hard, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think he was expected to win whatsoever. Yeah. So it was impressive in my eyes, but like even there he was undersized, and I just think, look, I suppose anyone who enters the Cage Warriors ranks, their goal is to get to the UFC. As Graham Boylan puts it, it's a UFC draft almost. You know what I mean? You get your name to the top of the ladder, and your time will come. That phone call is inevitable, and I just don't think Martigoni could actually string a consecutive amount of wins at bantamweight together to get that call. At flyweight, I think there's a greater possibility from the opportunity is probably a lot larger there. And like you said, you are much larger than him. I think it was a terrible stylistic matchup for him. And at the end of the day, if he actually goes down and wins the flyweight belt against Hack, well then like he can say, "Oh, I won 2 belts in Cage Warriors," and he might get a shot at the UFC.
Very true. No, 100%. I actually think he probably could. He would probably beat that by Hack, to be honest. But I thought Lanier Kavanagh will beat him. He's quality.
Yeah, Lonnie Kavanagh is like chomping at the bit. I think
it's quality.
Probably because Martignoni's gone down, he's probably one more fight away from getting a title shot. But he's a bit like yourself, as in he's a new generation of fighter. He can mix it all in. He can do it all. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that. I think he's next out in London, which will be a big one for him. But tell us a bit about Dylan Hazan, because obviously this guy's got a strong wrestling background. Obviously, the Cowbomb boys are big on the wrestling. What way is this one going to go?
I don't know. He's credentialed. He's a judoka originally, and then he came into Greco-Roman freestyle. He's represented Italy in both. He's wrestling the Junior World Championships. So it's like no point in lying. Like he's in Cage Warriors level is probably like how often do you get a guy with that level of wrestling? It's very, very, very rare.
Yeah.
He's a very, very good wrestler. But so am I. I'm a very, very, very good MMA wrestler. And this gets me like I love the fact that there's so many people coming over from Ireland, and I love the fact that there is a lot of hype around me naming stuff at the minute. And I love everything around this sport. I love everything about the sport, but I can't wait to feel his shot. Like I can't wait for the technical, like how the speed of his shot, his creativity in the scrambles is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. The way he goes from the body lock to the trip game, it's like I love anyone who can make judo work in MMA. Body lock to trip game, like it's fucking like that sambo style of grappling where you pin a guy and then trip him. Like I love watching it. I love watching it. So that's something that I need prepared for. Could not give him more respect in that area, but put it this way, it better fucking work for him, because when it comes to the art of striking, this fucker is like someone with 24 pints in him outside a nightclub at 3 a.m. He is literally a raw beginner. He would not be used for a round in the gym. He swings and he closes his eyes and swings an overhand that nearly hits the lights. I don't want to, because we couldn't have respected him more in the training camp, but he is fucking elite. Nobody has been good enough to make it an MMA fight with him because he is so good at what he does. But the first day we started preparing for him, Colin goes, "I don't want you to fight like this because we're going to do 1991 Brazil here." That's how he enters his takedowns. Closes his eyes, literally like a fucking cricket player bowling a right hand, and then gets in as an entry. And I'm on to it. I can't wait to grapple with him. I can't wait to grapple with him. I couldn't. I'm honest. Like, I'm just being honest. He is lethal in one area, but he is dog shit at the rest. Like, so can I? I don't need to fucking be like Josh Reed and Scott Malone to run away from him. Be like, oh, please don't get a grip me. Please don't get a jab and run. I'm gonna meet him first day. Meet him in the center of the cage, and one of two things are gonna happen. I'm gonna flatline the weak hunt, or we're gonna wrestle. And when we do wrestle, it's as highest level of MMA grappling you're ever going to see in cage wars. I bet you that there'd be scrambles happening that wouldn't happen if we weren't fighting each other, because both guys, if it had been anybody else in the division, when I hit a double A or I go in, it's down. There's no break. No one's broke the grip on me yet. Literally, since I've seen cage wars, no one's broke the grip. The best case scenario anyone got to was survive to the end of the round. As soon as I connected with the bantamweight, I stayed connected. I got the back and never has been broke once. Watch the fight back. With Dylan, no one's broke the grip. So if it was anyone else in the division, I believe it's a mauling. But I'm excited to feel the grappling exchanges. But if we break grappling exchanges, I don't know. You're chatting about a novice, I think. I don't know.
You know what, Baz? We actually got an unbelievable from Brad on the weekend there, and I actually broke my heart laughing. But this actually reminds me somewhat of McGregor's UFC run when he first got in, and then people are like, because obviously you came in and like you weren't shy of talking, Caolan, and they're like, you can't beat the undefeated striker, and then you went to beat Feston, like, yeah, but he won't be a former champion or a rank guy, and then you went and did that, and they're like, yeah, but he won't be able to beat the wrestler, and then you go and do that as well. That's what it sort of reminds me of, and like I feel like this could be a sort of McGregor Mendes-esque fight for you as well. You know what I mean? Like it's the first one for the belt, and like I think that's all that's fitting. Now maybe it's all the forged Irish stout I've been drinking, but like that's the way I sort of maybe see this fight to play out.
Have you been on the forged Irish stout?
Good. Obviously, it's the only thing we drink. It's the only thing we drink now.
Fucking Tyrone Bradley out on the Tyrone man's in a fucking jet with McGregor, and he sent me a snap. McGregor says, "Good luck."
No, that's good. It's like, Connor was like liking some of our posts over the weekend for the lads that won. He has his eyes on in cage wars and all Irish MMA as well, So it's it's great the way he's giving back to the community, Ross.
Yeah, absolutely. He does a lot for the Irish community, and like he's looking to put his name on the canvas for the Katie Taylor fight, or he's looking to sponsor that event. He's looking to get that fight made. Unbelievable stuff. And on top of that, like he sponsors us, so like we will always love him.
He's the boy. He's the boy.
He definitely is. He definitely is. Caolan, tell us this. Like, obviously, you're a man who loves the finish. Like, are you coming in here and throwing everything with bad intentions, or because of that wrestling pedigree, do you have to be a bit more tentative?
Do I have to be tentative? My last 4.5 years been with Mike Grundy. I've literally every round, Mike Grundy's head starting here. 3, 2, 1, go. I can't wait for him to feel my hips. This has been. I don't need to be tentative, because worst case scenario, we start wrestling. Fucking deadly. I am very, 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 very physically fit at the minute, and I'm strong at the weight class, put it that way. So I'm gonna be lining him up from the start. Whenever he sees a face swing, but I'm gonna be so calm, lining him up every time we're on the feet, and then when we grapple, we can grapple, no problem. You see, like he's like, I don't know. I feel like he comes out like a Hamzat Chimaev almost early, like push. But Hamzat's a finisher. Hamzat puts jiu-jitsu with wrestling. He's a back player. He's phenomenal hips, vicious ground and pound. Has rear naked chokes. Has jiu-jitsu with wrestling. I don't think Dylan Zan does that at all. Now I could be wrong. Get him improved, obviously. Comes out like a madman and then tries to sustain that. You're gonna come up from 125 pounds and try to come out like a fucking lunatic against me and trying to wrestle. Not really hit, not really do anything, just grapple. In a 25-minute fight. I don't like your chances of surviving, wee man, put it that way. I'm coming for a finish, 100%. I'm coming to put him out, put him clean out.
Caolan, what would a win for yourself this weekend at Cage Wars 154 on UFC Fight Pass on May 6th? Like, what would a win to like win the title? What would that mean for yourself? Because like you're after going through a crazy career, moving over to Liverpool, and like you're just literally a week away from achieving one of your biggest goals.
glad. I am not really like emotional, sentimental. Yeah, I'm not going sitting there like, oh, I've done this or that.
Get crying, man. Get crying. We're all emotional here, man.
No way, lad. I don't know. I always see boys win these kids. Maybe when I win it, I will. I don't know. But I always see boys sitting robbing tears. I'm like, what the fuck? No, lad, it's good. It's gonna be mental. I say I'm taking like 70, 80 Irish people or Irish Liverpool people over to Rome.
Yeah.
This is the start, lad. I don't see this as like, oh, I've done it. I literally see a Cage Warriors title as day one, golden ticket UFC, and then I get a full new batch of people saying, oh, he's going to lose this guy, he's going to lose this guy. When I'm in the UFC and I'm telling people I'm going to slap the nose off O'Malley, I'm going to walk down Henry Cejudo. I get a whole new people saying, oh, he's delusional, this kid, he's a fucking spy. Because now it's all like, oh, he's going well, he's doing this. I get a whole new people that doubt me. So this is day one, lad. This is the start. This is the start of my career. Not a big like, oh, this is fucking unbelievable. I don't see it as that anyway. I'm gonna flatline Hazan, probably late after a hard, relentless wrestling attack, and then I'm gonna if they give it to Reese last week. If they give me the microphone, I will get a UFC contract for that way. But I don't know if they'll give it to me. I don't know if they will give it to me. But I see this as day one, lad. I see this as the start of my career. Not like it's a big moment, of course, but I'm not nervous. I don't see this as like my career as the pinnacle of everything. This is day one, lad. I am feeling really good, really, really, really happy. When I look, I suppose what I mean. When I look back at the COVID, I was through my Instagram, when I was in COVID, and I was coming up, and I was like, Paul Hughes, the best prosecutor in Ireland, Ian Guy's best prosecutor in Ireland, coming up, and I was in it was shit, lad. It was fucking shit. I was in the fucking dark gym over here in Liverpool on my own, doing nothing but training, and all I wanted was a fucking chance. Like, I was sitting on fucking Twitter, you know yourself. All I wanted was a chance. I wanted to fucking get, because if I had a sign with Cage Warriors then, I'd already been in the UFC. I'd walk through. You think Luke Shanks would have beat me 2 years ago? Not a fucking prayer would have beat me 2 years ago. See, it would have been exactly the same. So it's gonna be. I look back and think, oh, I'm here now. It's cool. So I'm fucking really, really, really trying to take it in. I'm gonna be a Cage Warriors champion this weekend. How many Irish guys have done that? Like, not that many, really. It's big, but it's the start, lad. It's the fucking start of this thing. I am going to blow up when I get that UFC contract. I'm telling you, I'm going to be a fucking MMA superstar. And I think anyone who thinks if I get in the UFC, you probably know that. You probably know I'm going to be a superstar.
I love it. Caolan, one thing I did want to ask you is, obviously Tiernan has come back home and he's now fighting out of Fight Academy Ireland. Has that had any effect on you? Obviously, he's enjoying it. He's doing great things there. But has that had any effect on your camp or any effect on your mentality being in Liverpool without your brother?
So I never, like, whenever Tiernan wanted to come, like, people were saying, "Oh, talent over time." I never like push him, and I never pushed him in MMA. I never pushed him to come here. I don't like what works for fighter A won't necessarily work for fighter B. Like, there's no set way to work in this sport. What does work is being happy fighter. And maybe being away from home was annoying him or something, and he obviously knows the level of coaching he was on there. He knows the level of training, but like, enjoying this sport, like, this sport is literally, McGregor used to always say, well, the game's designed to break you. This sport will break you if you're not ready up here. Not that it broke him, but like, financially, it will fuck you. You have to take every penny you have. Injury wise, every pullouts, defeat, loss, bad days in the gym. This sport will it'll fuck you in the head if you let it. So if you're gonna, on top of that, you have to enjoy it. And being in England, being away from home, and being around Liverpool was kind of annoying him and stuff. And then he was getting no fights here. Nobody in the UK would fight him, except fights with Curtis Campbell, who's like the top guy. Except fights with George Staines, like the top guy. None of these guys would accept fight him. So I understood. I could see his frustration growing. And then he just decided to go home. He's in with Pat and Liam, and them guys are absolutely flying. I love whenever after this fight, me going for a couple of days training, of course. But it's working for me. I couldn't be happier. I honestly don't believe I could have had a better training camp out of Sanford MMA than I've had at Cowboy on the Four Corners here. John Gills, Caolan Loughran. I can't wait to get the belt done.
Do you think, Caolan, that if Tiernan was professional, you would have stayed, or what is the biggest difference between yourself and Tiernan?
I'm a loner, probably. That's probably. I am like I've actually got a woman over here now. I actually got a Throne woman who lives over here, which is what
is she in the boot?
She's actually coming here now, but so I'm not fully alone. I'm not fully alone.
We'll get her on the show.
You know what? Caolan got the bird and then ditched Tiernan for the bird, and then Tiernan got the hump and he went home.
I tell
This is number one bullshit.
I go to me bounce. But no, and I'm not a good team over here. But not like I actually recently I've actually fallen in love with it over here again in the city. I don't know what it is. I obviously through COVID it was hard, but recently I really got into it, and a happy fighter, dangerous fighter, and he seems happy. He's enjoying the pints at the minute after the fight. But no, he's happy and I'm happy over here. So it is what it is, lads. Say what works for fighter A doesn't necessarily work for fighter B. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. We just want the two of you to be happy and thriving because we're big fans of both of you. So just wanted to see if it had any effect on you. But look, as long as you're happy for him, he's happy for you. That's all that matters. Look, obviously, we've heard you say you're going to get Dylan Hazan out there. But if we look further into the distant future, there's a massive UFC title fight on this weekend, UFC 288. Aljamain Sterling is fighting Henry Cejudo, and that's your division. What do you make of that fight and Henry Cejudo come back, and how do you think it plays out?
I haven't a notion how it plays out. I think like MMA, it's like the more you know, the less you know. You know what I mean? You sort of think, what if this happens, what if this happens?
Yeah, tell me about it, man.
Do you know what I mean? Like I never win bets, so bet every week. I never win my bets.
Join the club.
Aljamain Sterling has been overlooked by me, by a lot of people. He is very poor in areas, and that's why people overlook him. But he is the best in the world in certain areas when he gets them. So Henry is a smart guy. He's not as smart as he thinks he is. Henry Cejudo, we'll say that. He thinks he's. Like, I watched the video the other day, slagging Israel Adesanya's striking stance. I'm like, fuck off, lad. Know your lane. Do you know what I mean? Know your lane. Realistically, like, he hit 44 right hands in a row against Martin Moraes. Like, you're not a world class striker. Let's be real. He is a world class wrestler. He is an absolute winner. His inside trip, his game, he's an unbelievable MMA fighter. I am going to pick Aljo with him. I think he will hit the positions. I actually think he might be causing Henry a lot of problems on the outside. He's that shit, it works, if that makes sense. He's that like unorthodox and long and does dopey stuff from angles that you shouldn't be throwing. Like, throw a right hand, right kick, but his head is at his knee. So the fucking tip of his toe hits you. Like, it's not right, but it works, and he's so long. And then if he hits top position, he is absolutely, his hips are they're beautiful, phenomenal, unbelievable top pressure. So I'm actually gonna go for that with Aljo win, to be honest. He has been overlooked by myself included a long time, but I think he's gonna win. And I can tell you this. He's the only bantamweight I've seen, because he like vlogs his weight cuts and stuff. He's the only bantamweight I've seen that cuts as much weight as me. I've been having that in the last 2 or 3. It's just how lean it takes us for us to get to like 72 kilos. So I respect him there. It's hard. I know how hard the weight cut is, but pays the advantage when you get on top of these wee men, doesn't it?
Sure, look, as you say, what works for fighter A might not necessarily work for fighter B, but it's worked so far for you, Caolan. And look, your run has been legendary in Cage Warriors, and long may it last. And look, we'll be rooting for you this weekend. Bring another belt home to Ireland, and that's what we're looking for, Baz, wasn't it? Do you have anything else you want to chime in there, Baz?
No, just the one thing on that fight there. I was actually thinking Aljo was going to win as well, and then when I watched the countdown, I was like, Cejudo's going to win it. But I'll probably change it about 10 times.
Same, 100%. That's every fight for me. That's every fight for me.
Jesus. Ross, what about yourself before we wrap things up as well?
Like, I would have always said Cejudo, but then again, like, just if Aljo can get on his back, or like within the first minute of one round, like if he could be 4 minutes on Cejudo's back, and I don't think anyone's ever got Aljo off their back once he gets that position.
The best case scenario, you make it down to the round. You won't get him off your back. You just have to protect your neck because he's fucking lethal. He's lethal. Like,
I really thought Piotr Jan was going to absolutely steamroll Aljo.
He might have won that rematch. I watched it back the other day. He might have won that.
Yeah, I think I actually scored it for Jan at the time, but I was also up for Jan because obviously John Hutchinson does boxing coaching, so I was like, yeah, so like definitely have the bias towards the Irish fighters, but look, I'm gonna go for Aljo in this one. I think he seems to be the main man, and I think he really thrives off everyone like hating on him and dissing him all the time. So he's got a point to prove. So I'm definitely going to go for that one.
Random one, last one. Who do you think will win, Cejudo or Merab, the Vashvili?
Also Cejudo.
Yeah,
I think Merab probably beats everyone, maybe except for Cejudo.
Jesus, man.
And me.
All right, that's the thing. No matter what I pick, and getting it wrong anyway, like you lads. So let's all just say it's going to be a no contest. So we have to get it right.
Right, Caolan, look,
I
know you probably have a place to be, and thanks for joining us after a late training session. You're the man. We look forward to you doing the damage over at Cage Warriors 154 in Rome, live on UFC Fight Pass. Make sure to check out. It's going to be an unbelievable show. This is brought to you by Forge Irish Stout. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification to not miss any more Energized content. And as always, stay energized.
Energized show up the Irish. Energized show up the Irish. Been sussing you guys a couple of times. I've seen a couple of clips. I think you've done some interviews with Dylan Moran and that I saw. So keep going. Keep up the good work, guys.